Allow me to be the voice of reason for my Black sisters, the Black women in our lives. I too am a Black woman, yes, and I would like to appeal to my fellow sisters with this message. These results here behind on the screen are results from, I believe, the 2020 election. But the 2024 election is pretty similar. More red on this side in the white men and women, the Latino men, and all other races group voted more red. And what we have right now is Black women are going around online berating everybody with their upset of not getting what it is they wanted. And let's talk about the problem with that. Black women, I understand why you voted Democrat. Black women are getting so much from them right now. The black women are being uplifted by the Democratic Party. They are getting all kinds of perks, high cabinet positions. They're getting praise. They're getting all kind of things from the Democratic Party. So it did serve your interest to support the Democratic Party. And that's wonderful. There's nothing wrong with that. You voted in your best interest. The issue that I'm having with my fellow sisters is that I see you going around berating everybody because they didn't vote with you. And I don't understand that logic. The rest of the United States have interests too. And they were not being uplifted by the Democratic Party the way that you were. And not everybody was concerned about the same issues that you guys were concerned with. Many of us in America are parents, we're mothers, we are, they're married, we have families that we're really trying to take care of, and there's a lot of components to that. And I'm not saying Black women don't have these things, but we have seen an increase in young Black women not wanting to get married, not seeing the value in taking care of children. I've seen them all over online saying things like children are too expensive and they prefer to travel and they don't want to bring up a child in this world. So they're not focused as much as they used to be on children. But those of us who are still focused on children, and those of us who are married, and those of us who are concerned with our family life and the morals and values being dumped into it, our interests were not to vote for the Democratic Party. You see that the majority of people began to vote for Trump because they valued what was being presented by the Republican Party this time. Because from what we have watched, the Democratic Party has been pushing abortion. They've been pushing LGBTQ policy, gender affirming care, making regular everyday people have to accept that we have to go in bathrooms with men or men dressed as women, but may still have all their equipment. Many of us did not want to, we didn't agree with those things. And as we tried to express that, we were bullied. We were called homophobic. We were called all kind of horrible things to put us in a place of silence. And so, Black women, what you saw is that as you began to silence people, they began to speak loudly with their vote. And they voted Republican down the line. And the biggest thing here is that I've seen Black women getting upset and saying they're going to separate from their families, not come to family functions, wanting to divorce their husbands or break up with their boyfriends, or that they're not speaking to white women and Latino men anymore because of how they voted, for voting in their best interest. They're upset with them for that. And it just goes to show you how emotionally immature that Black women are being, because they can't force someone to agree with them. They're upset that people didn't do what they wanted them to do, versus respecting the fact that each person has their own option to vote for their best interests. You're not supposed to require someone follows you. You're supposed to plead your case, and if people agree with it, they will assist you and agree with you and vote with you. And if they do not, they're going to vote how they vote. But you can't throw a temper tantrum and tell people they have to listen to you, and if they don't, you're not speaking to them ever again or associating with them, or you're getting rid of them. That's very immature. That's very emotionally abusive and manipulative. That is narcissistic. It's like you're being very self-centered. You're not being respectful of other people in society, but yet you're running your whole campaign on this idea of respecting everyone and respecting their choices and loving everybody. But the minute people go and dive into their own self-interest, you get mad. And now you're emotionally abusing them and telling them that they hate you and they don't care for women and they don't care for women's rights. And men, I hope all these bad things happen to you because you didn't care about what happened to me. That's emotionally abusive. That's narcissistic. And I don't understand how Black women, some of the strongest, most beautiful, most loving and kind women I know, because I am one, can go around and try to act like we are the moral police. We are the most empathetic people. We are the most loving and kind and help everyone type of people. And we have upheld that the integrity of that character for a long time. And now you all want to throw it away and become this thing that's very dark and mean and manipulative. It's not kind, it's not loving, and it's not giving Black girl magic. It's not giving Black excellence. It's giving narcissist. So I hope this Voice of Reason message reaches you and hits home. And if it does, please go back, sit down, and really think about what it is you're doing. Maybe it's time you have a come to God moment and sit down and assess yourself. Do some cleansing. Get all that heavy energy off you, because you are not doing right by your fellow American brothers and sisters by bullying everyone because they didn't agree with you. And that's all I have to say about that. Ashe.